Hi, this is Dr. Christopher Van Tilburg with the Hood River County Public Health Department. I'd like to give you a brief update this Monday evening. We now have 59 cases in Hood River County as reported by the Oregon Health Authority. That's our pandemic total, and so that includes all of the cases we've had thus far, so many have recovered. It also includes positive cases, those who have tested positive, and presumptive positive cases, so those who tested negative but are symptomatic and they've had a direct contact with a positive. We definitely have had an uptick recently, as many of you have noticed. We have been very busy this weekend at the health department. Most of the cases in this group in the last several days has been traced back to an outbreak in the agricultural sector, which has been reported. And so that fortunately allows the health department to really focus on that group a little bit more. The investigation has been very thorough and methodical, and the contact tracing has been massive. We owe a huge thank you to our health department staff who has worked all weekend and did a massive amount of contact tracing and got all caught up. And so we are all caught up and monitoring well over 100 people. And in our small county with a small staff, it's really a great achievement for us. So you may be asking yourself, why are we having this uptick? And so this is happening around Oregon. We have no fatalities in Hood River County, and the fatality rate is dropped in Oregon. We have only had one hospitalization in Hood River County, and it was weeks ago, and critical cases are dropping throughout Oregon. And one reason we are still getting some positive cases and we're having a spike is because we still have coronavirus in the community and we're transmitting it human to human. Another reason is we're doing very broad testing, and so we've done 500 or 600 tests in the last week, and this is significantly more than we've done in previous weeks in the pandemic. We're also testing people that we haven't really tested before. So we're testing asymptomatic people who have no direct contact with a positive coronavirus positive person. And so these are people that normally don't meet criteria to get a test when you review and use the Oregon investigative guidelines. But we are assisting our partners, our community partners, clinics and hospitals doing testings for entire companies. And so we are getting more positive cases because of more testing. The businesses in the agricultural sector we're working really closely with, and all of the business that I've seen and the business owners and managers that I've talked to are doing a great job at keeping themselves and their employees safe and their customers and their clients safe. So they're really doing a tremendous job at employing efforts to minimize contagion. And this has been going on even before this local recent increase in cases. So this brings me into the next issue is moving from phase 1 into phase 2. So the Board of Commissioners today voted to submit a request to Governor Kate Brown to move us into phase 2, which hasn't happened yet. So we are still in phase 1. And one of the biggest concerns I have moving from phase 1 into phase 2 is not the businesses, but it's the group gatherings for social and recreation. And so this is where this is a way coronavirus is transmitted, unfortunately. And so I realize it's tough, but we really don't want people hugging yet, except for your household contacts. We don't want people sharing drinks. We don't want people shaking hands. And I know this is really tough, and this is a really anxious time for all of us and a really stressful time. And it's worrisome, but it's also mixed with a lot of positive outlook, and that we're moving forward in the pandemic and easing some restrictions. But we really need to still contain the coronavirus because it's still here and we're still getting positive tests. And so the things we do want you to do, which I've mentioned once or twice in the past, is wash your hands, wear a mask or a face covering, keep physical distance from people that you are not in your household, and please stay home if you're ill. I'll try to give an update in a few days. Thank you very much. Be positive and be safe.